Okay, good morning. I wanted to go through this introduction to polynomial arithmetic workspace. Try to read through these things over here to get your foundation down. We're looking at polynomials. It really has to do with the degree or the exponent. So we're talking about non-negative integers. So something like 3, 2, 1, and 0. So these are all terms, and this is a polynomial. This has 1, 2, 3, it has 4 terms. So read through these things over here. You are going to be talking about standard form, so this is not in standard form right here because the highest exponent is not first. So think about our standard form, general form of a quadratic. We put that one first, this one second, and there's my constant, there's my c value. So let's look over here. So let's click and let's look here. So each exponent has to be a real number. Well, what did we just say? We just said it has to be a non-negative integer. So we'll go ahead and do that. This is in standard form. So we're talking about, what is it asking for? Enter the terms and coefficients. So the term is actually this right here. So we're going to type in negative 3w. Use the caret key, which is shift 6. Get used to that. We're going to be using a lot of that exponent stuff here. Go ahead and enter. My second term is w squared. Hit enter. The third one is a constant. Now don't forget the negative. That's negative 9. The coefficients are just the numbers that are out in front. So that's a negative 3. Remember that there's a 1 always there, even though it's not written there. And then, of course, that's still negative 9 for the last one. What is the degree? So that you're going to look at the highest exponent that you have. So here I have a 3. Now this is not in standard form. This one should actually come first, and this one second. But it was a third degree. Our quadratics are second degrees. Which of the polynomials written in standard form? Okay, well this is definitely not. This one should have been first. This one looks like it's in standard form, and this one is not because this should have been first, this should have been second, and that third. So we're going to select that one. Okay, so it looks like we're done with that one. So again, make sure you're reading through these things. Get used to these terms. Maybe even take some notes on this. What's a monomial? What's a binomial? A trinomial? What's even a polynomial to begin with? Remember what we said. They're non-negative integers. Okay, they have to be integers. So we did look at this. This was as a fractional exponent. That's x to the 1/2. So that would not be a polynomial. So I'm kind of just going to move around here a little bit. Think about this one. That's a quadratic that we're used to. It's in general form. So, and it's a trinomial because it has 3 terms. So that's going to go there. This is one term. Remember that the degree on this is 1. There's an exponent on the k of 1. So that's a monomial. And I might make a mistake on this, and it's really no big deal. We've talked about this before. Don't panic. This is a binomial. There's 2 terms. They're both non-negative integer exponents. Same thing here. This would not be a polynomial because x is in the bottom, which means that's x to the negative first power. So that has a negative exponent on that x. So we're going to put that in the not polynomial pile. That's a monomial. These are kind of interesting. These two right here, you got to remember that those are technically, they have an x to the 0 power next to them, which is 1. So when you look over here, x to the 0 is 1 times the constant. Well, you get whatever the constant is. In this case, it's 12 and negative 4/5. This looks like another monomial. This is not in standard form, but it's still a trinomial. This has 2 terms. That's a binomial. I have a fractional exponent, so that's not a polynomial. That's not one of these things. So don't get tricked up on that. And then look, we have a negative exponent again. That's not going to be a polynomial either. Okay, so then they do have some examples over here as well, why that's not a polynomial. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, I like this one. I like the graphical interface here of what an x squared looks like. I think you can just kind of play around with this. I think if you move this over, no, it didn't work. Let's see, done modeling. Oh, maybe you got to put it there. Okay. So think of this as area. So x times x is x squared. Well, this is x times y. So that's one xy term. If I throw another one on there, now I got two of them. This is just like x times 1. And this is a y term. And then this is a constant. So if I have a bunch of constants, look at that. Now I've got 2. So I'm just kind of modeling this right here. You can reset this. Okay, so let's see here. This would be a 3x squared because there's 3 of them. Let's put a couple x's in there and will let me throw a 1. Okay, so look what we're doing. We're doing an area model to model 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. One thing to remember here, obviously you cannot combine orange squares to green rectangles. That's why we do not combine those. Those are not the same thing. It's like oranges and what's a green fruit? Or cucumbers or something like that. Blueberries. I can't put blueberries and oranges together, so they don't get combined. Okay, so you can certainly mess around with that and then just hit reset, and then you can play around so you can get a visual on that. So let's come over here. We're trying to do this in the fewest terms as possible, which basically means we're trying to combine like terms. So let's see what we would have. We would have a couple oranges, wouldn't we? We would have, looks like just an x, and then there'd be a 1 plus 3, there'd be a 4. Which set shows a set of like terms? So these are not like terms, these are not like terms, these are 1 and 3. I'd be able to combine them. You can use, let's see here, associative property, because we're grouping things together, like we're taking the 1 and the 3, we're associating them together. The x squares we would associate. You can combine like terms, you add the coefficients. Okay, we don't add exponents. We don't say, well, let me come over here. I don't say I have 3x to the third. That doesn't make sense. I have 3 orange x squares. That's what I have. I'm adding the coefficients, not the exponents. Rewrite the expression with the fewest terms. That's basically, all right, so you're going to have to type these things in. We're going to add, like we just did over there. I just did 2x squared and I added another x squared. So that's 3x squared. So let's put 3x squared. So notice that your cursor is still up there. So arrow out. So you're outside of the exponent. I do have a x term there. And then like I said before, so we were combining these, 1 plus 3, that's going to be a 4, so plus 4. And let's hit enter, and it looks like we're good. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to kind of let you go on your own here. So you're basically answering questions on that. Okay, so I hope you find this very helpful, and I'll be posting this on Google Classroom. And this is the Introduction to Polynomial Arithmetic Workspace. Good luck.